158 is coming at us fast. There's only 2 races this week, though. Though that's because we have another endurance race planned for Friday. So the only other racing we're getting is here on Monday night. The 675 class makes a detour to Yas Marina. And this is basically because that endurance race is actually not all that long. I mean, Challenge Series Enduros can only be so long. The episode has to be under an hour. So really, the longest we can really afford to have a race go for is like 40 minutes. But this is still, even among other Enduros, it's going to be one of the shorter ones we've had. But for now, we shall head down to the Yas Marina circuit to, do the whole racing thing. We are green from not the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Brain. I know you used to commentate a Formula 1 league, but come on. I should also probably check the sound. I can actually hear myself think this time because I changed the in-game audio, but I don't know if my mic is loud enough still. You might not see this. I'm gonna test that. Okay, yeah, we're about good here. I turned up like 2 clicks, the microphone that is, so that's all I should need to do. Anyway, so the race then, any sound issues nipped in the bud. Shino Sinon in that kind of slightly Dale Earnhardt-esque Camaro is the POV driver of this 5-lap race. I almost called it an exhibition. I mean, in a way, every Challenge Series episode is an exhibition, or race rather, but also they're not also usual shenanigans at the hairpin. Hairpin? This is a chicane, Riker. A lot of cars have damage on this first lap. I would say that's going to be expensive. Hu Tao getting into the back of Emi. Ibarrazaki. Hu Tao's car already had damage, but it didn't damage the Civic any. I would say that's going to be expensive. I don't think that matters to Brian. Suzuka, who doesn't have damage? Yumiya, driving the one new vehicle for this race, is not damaged. An E92 M3, make it her second M3. The other one is an E36, not E30, E36. And then she also has an M4, which she won in last week. And there goes half the field. Sinon survived lap 1 with no damage, though, because she bailed out of the way at the chicane to, avoid any and all risks of that. We had 8 cars make it through lap 1 without damage. There are 20 on the track. Not a great ratio, I must admit. Guaranteed top 10 just for being not involved at the chicane. The brain keeps wanting to call it a hairpin. It's probably because it's so tight. It's tighter than the actual hairpin on the track. There might as well be 2 hairpins back to back that make a chicane because of how close they are to one another. Sinon overtook Ibarrazaki at the hairpin. Dom DeFrisco wanted to do the same thing, but Ibarrazaki throws a block. Dom's going to go around the outside. Meanwhile, Sinon's going to try around the outside of her teammate, Lifa, and a huge concertina effect caused by Umi. Umi, not to be confused with Yumiya, who was actually being passed by Yumiya, as for that matter. That's like why she slowed down so much. Sinon taking it 3, she's taking it 3 with Umi and her teammate. Big contact, there's no room being given by Lifa, so that's actually Sinon's teammate to blame there. Umi couldn't go any further left or right to avoid that, so... yeah, that was just Lifa being a greedy driver and needing way too much space for no reason. Yeah, we can kind of get a view here. Well, okay, Umi could have gone a little to the left, but no, because Lifa kind of moves over. I don't know, that's weird. That's like a racing incident. I mean, I guess Umi might be technically to blame. There was still a little bit of space to the left of her, but not a whole lot. Fast forward to the start of the next lap. Yumiya has just overtaken Riho Futaba for second. That E92 seems to be dialed in pretty frickin' well. I think it started like P7, but got a slow start, and she's still making up for it in the longer run. Here comes Sinon in pursuit of the RX-7. Now we know what happened the last time these two were near each other on the track, so fingers crossed maybe we reach a little bit more of a civilized conclusion to this battle for position. And Yumiya might be looking to battle for the lead with Emi Angelos. Now there's two Emmys in the race, and Yumiya has passed both of them on track. If she gets the thing stopped, she got it stopped. Just barely, but that's what counts. Does Angelos have it in her to take the spot back? I don't think she got the exit she needed for that. Sinon and Riho are too wide, and Riho is gonna door Sinon on a straightaway. The Camaro driver doing well to not spin the vehicle from that contact, because that's a high speed to have any kind of collision at. I think she kind of cut the turn there, but rear end contact, and there it goes! Quarter panel takedown. Riho does not find the wall, and she must wait for Emi and Umi pass. So yeah, we kind of watched this from behind Sinon. Replay cameras weren't really giving us a great view. Oh, she just fucking brake tests Sinon. That's why that collision happens. And Sinon has just had fucking enough and sends that RX-7 off to Qatar, basically. I know, I hate to say that Sinon is justified. I hate to say anybody is justified in wrecking another driver on purpose, but like, sometimes it really is just warranted. If somebody is going to fuck around, then they are, you know, they are probably vow determined to find out. If Riho's gonna door somebody on a straightaway and then brake test them at basically a corner you'd let off for, you kind of deserve to get absolutely rocked. Especially the way Sinon did it. Now her car is all fucked up because she's got massive suspension damage from doing that to Riho, so nothing is without justice here, as even the revenge has consequences, but I mean, Sinon's in 4th, and Riho Futaba is down in 15th. So, like, who's the real loser here? It's probably not the driver that's going to be making double-digit rewards for finishing the race where they're running. At least. Meanwhile, looks like Dom DePrisco, who got ahead of Sinon because of the damage, is on the hunt for Nissan Skylines. That is quite a lot of overspeed. Emi's going to try and pinch him down. It's not going to matter. Dominic DeFrisco is on the hunt. He's got a lap and a half to catch the E92, but that is some ways ahead. Sinon's kind of here. Clearly she's not planning on pitting to fix that car. It's kind of like a, you know, pick and choose type of thing. Do you get the car into the pits to fix the damage post-haste, you know, make sure it doesn't get any worse as the car continues to be run, or do what Sinon's doing, run the car to the finish line even with, you know, battered parts and whatnot, but, you know, gain a little more money from a higher finish and put that towards fixing the car. Of course, that also goes all out the window when you remember that this team, Art of Speed, are kind of, you know, playing this in VR. So a bit of risk assessment is, you know, handled differently. In which case, she probably doesn't even have to handle repairs, does she? Man, she might if she keeps spinning like that. She is wrestling the fuck out of that car just to stay in the top 5. I don't really think she has to do that. Emi's back here in 6th at Barzaki. That's a pretty long ways away from the top 5. Oh, Dom's gotten there. Holy fuck, hang on. While I was yapping about fixing cars, Dom DePrisco, well, yeah, he continues his hot pursuit, and he is now right up to the back of that 12 car with plenty of speed. Nice spot moves to the middle of the circuit, but Dom DePrisco will not be denied. He gets to the race lead, should be able to stop the car comfortably from there. Yumiya took a look down the inside. Might she try a crossover maneuver on the Countach? She had the right line, but she missed her shift on the way out of the not chicane. That's the thing. That's a chicane. Yes. Goddamn brain. Brian Ice, who, reminder, got damage on lap 1, has overtaken Emiya Barzaki, who did not get damage on lap 1. She is just driving that casually. She's been caught up by drivers who got damage on the first lap, picked to fix it, and then just drove like a madman to get back up to her. Emi is now down to 8th. She's at risk of being overtaken by her teammate. Emi also has an NFR logo on the back of her car. I don't think I have to tell you that she's not on that team because she's not driving a Ford. She used to be, when it was still run by Noir and Uni. Final turn, what the fuck, Sinon? Dom DePrisco is going to grab the victory. Yumi is right there behind him. And although it's a drag race, Emi Angelos will hang on to 3rd over the wounded Sinon. I imagine if her car wasn't damaged and was, you know, at full speed, she could also have contended for that race win, but I think the message is worth more, especially considering Riho fell down to 16th further on in the race. But yeah, someone's gonna have to tell Emi that logo has to go. Yeah, she has both logos on her car. She has the Nitronites logo on her front fenders, but also has the NFR logo on her license plate. So I hope somebody gets fired for that blunder. Skipping to Friday from Monday. I hate this game, how often it crashes. I had this recording like 2/3 of the way done. The game just crashes when I try to change cameras. Anyway, unpolished messes of first-party software aside, we are here for the Deep Forest 44. 44 miles, meaning 17 laps around basically the other home track of the Challenge Series. If it's not Mount Fuji, it's usually here. Or Watkins Glen. But we haven't actually raced there in a bit. Go figure. This is in consideration to be the second race of what we're kind of thinking of calling the Challenge Series Classics Triple Crown. Taking a bit from horse racing, since Logan, within relative proximity to Kentucky in that area of the country, is into horse racing. And these are 3 very classic circuits from Gran Turismo games of old that didn't crash nearly as often as this one does. But regardless, you know, we got about half an hour of racing ahead of us, so let's not fuck around too long here in the pre-race screen. Wow, we can't even get the starting lights right for the big endurance race of the week? Seriously? Amateurs. The POV driver, Dedrick Schwartz, will take us and the other 19 down to turn 1. And this race is in a weird middle ground in terms of strategy. You can't split it. You can't divide this race evenly at all. If it were an 18-lap race, you could very easily go, okay, 6, 6, and 6 for a 2-stop race, or try to reach lap 9 on the first stint, and then do it again on the second. do a one-stop. The one-stop gets a slight benefit by being 17, not 18, but two-stop's like, you know, what do you run longer on, right? Do you pit early and get out of traffic, or do you try to go long and have better tires in the front race? Wanda Glass was the pole sitter, lost it to Mishima off the line, but it looks like she'll take it back at the hairpin. In the background, we have a pair of Italians fighting for P5. Pedonzi will get ahead of DeCrisco. And it's kind of an even-ish spread of teams represented in this race. We got two Megalith Motors cars. We're looking at both of them. I think Rise is surprisingly the only Team AMT driver, but that's probably because they don't have many 750 cars. Gwozdowski and Francesca Pedonzi for Scuderia Pedonzi. Ice, DeCrisco, and Rika Harris for Pacific Spirit. Stephanie Kaiser and the aforementioned Dedrick Schwartz on Porsche AG. Well, most everybody else is either unaffiliated or they're the lone rep of the team. Like Thrasher is the only Black Stallion Motorsports guy on the track, but Barbara Page being the only Nitro Knights driver. And Schwartz is not really in any hurry to get up the grid, it seems like. Part of it is because he's been stuck behind Blanchard and Rollins, who have fought too wide for the entirety of lap 2. And that finally gets settled between the pair of Corvettes. There's just Corvettes all over the back half of this field. 2 in front of Schwartz and 2 behind Schwartz. What are the odds of that? I guess the Corvettes just didn't get anything to help them on the starting grid. They all started in the back. McIntosh down the inside of Brian Ice. Ice has to take avoiding action on the runoff of the hairpin to avoid contact. McIntosh is going to more or less intimidate his way back past. So Noir didn't actually hit anybody. She has damage because she bottomed out going up the hill and found the right-hand wall. And the other driver that got damage on lap 2, we got through lap 1 with nobody getting damaged, but Wayne Hansen just kind of was way too eager on the throttle and drove straight into the outside wall. So yeah, that's Wayne Hansen behavior. Just gassing it up way too early and smacking a barrier. Wanda Glass is already out to a really big lead. Rather comfortable lead at that. But her fuel tank and to some extent her right rear tire are showing that she's pushing that car. And just the general body language there of the vehicle going through that slow section. She's pushing a lot. Trying to just run the race at the front and control the pace in the long term, but you need to have a more balanced understanding of your car's handling if you want to do that. You're not going to be dictating the pace of anything, sliding all around. And Isabel is clearly just as guilty as you see her sliding out, revving up the engine for that middle sector as well. Reiko Mishima has used no fuel, basically. Compared to the cars around her that are already halfway down their tank, she's not even at 70%. She's at like 60% still, 65 maybe. She's gonna let Isabel pass, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Reiko is playing the long game. She might be trying to one-stop the race. I'm looking at the fuel amounts of everybody else. Corleva's are about 55. I don't know about her. Wow, Kaiser's fuel efficiency is pitiful. As right behind her, her teammate, gonna try and pass the 21 Corvette. And he's gonna get it done. Schwartz is also really good on fuel right now. He's probably got the second most in the tank, only behind Reiko Mishima. Turns out a naturally aspirated boxer engine is fuel efficient. Who'd have thunk it? Meanwhile, Stephanie's is turbocharged for high RPMs. That may be the reigning champion's car, Or, well, the car that won the championship, rather. Or for that matter, but those races didn't have to worry about fuel efficiency or tire wear. And now that those are a factor, we're kind of seeing the cracks in that 992 turbo. It's a lot heavier, four-wheel drive, and it's got a turbocharger in it. So I'm not really surprised that that thing is guzzling fuel. It's fast. As she just dusts Macintosh on the backstretch, who thought about trying to go back down the inside, but that is an unreasonable goal. But the downside to all that speed and control is it's heavy and it is guzzling. So she's not going to be doing she's not going to be doing any one-stops. She might struggle to two-stop this. And now her teammate, Cedric Schwartz, will roll up behind her after passing the one car. Whoa, Riza, keep it on the track. Understeer from the SLS. Alright, well, well, it looks like Wanda Glass's fuel wear. What? Wanda Glass's tire wear has sort of, you know, she's kind of found a middle ground in terms of that. She has stopped shredding the tires. Instead, Isabel's the one doing that. Her right rear is absolutely destroyed as she tries, with little success, to get up there to that Viper. A battle of Ferraris. Francesca down the inside of Reiko Mishima is sideways, but clear on exit. But Mishima is still very clearly playing the long game. Brian Ice is the first taker to pit. His fuel is already low. Eric goes in with him. Unsurprisingly, Stephanie Kaiser, she's in deep trouble. That's 5 laps on a tank, and she's not even close to making a 6th. She's got a lot of fuel saving to do if she wants to even make a 2-stop work. Cedric Schwartz with some clear space ahead of him for the first time since the green flag. I wonder what his strategy is going to be. I don't think he's trying to one-stop. He's driving a little aggressively. He's not super aggressive, but he's not passive or, cautious either. I don't think Schwartz has cautious in his dictionary. So, I think he's two-stopping and he's just going long on the first stint. And that's basically it. And he's showing he's not exactly blitzing the field, but he's showing long-term pace. He's slowly crawling his way up the field, particularly in the middle sector. He's not going to be getting any passes done on the straightaways, though, as Koroleva nearly finds the outside wall that her teammate Wayne Hansen did, but she does keep the Enzo Ferrari away from that. This is basically a battle for same strategy, and around the outside goes the 42 car. That's a big pass in terms of the overall end game of the race, because they're at about the same amount of fuel. They're clearly on the same strategy. And that leaves all but 4 drivers who have not pit. Go figure, it's 3 Ferraris and a Porsche. I was not aware that Ferraris were fuel efficient. That seems weird to me. They've got some of the higher cylinder counts on the track. This is a V12 back here, isn't it? How are these the fuel efficient ones? They must have really big fuel tanks. Battle for the lead brewing. This is not as crucial because they're on different strategies. I think Reiko's trying to one-stop this race, which means I don't know if she'll care too much if Schwartz does make the move right here, because he's probably going in on this lap. His fuel tank might look like it. No, never mind. There's the fuel light. Okay, so he's not getting another lap in unless he starts saving a ton on this lap, and that's not going to be worth it at this juncture. He probably knows it too. He probably just saw it come up and was like, well, okay, no point in passing. Time to pit. Koroleva, maybe not Thrasher, but at least these two are pitting. Mishima carries on. Thrasher does pit, so Mishima is the only driver who's going for a one-stop strategy, or even has the potential to. And see if Dom DePrisco clears. Oh yeah, he's going to clear them all easily. So he will be second place. He jumped Wanda Glass in the pits. Oh, because he didn't take tires. Wanda Glass did take tires on her stop. Noir probably should have two. Holy sh... Well, no, because her stop was at the end of lap 2, and it's showing that her tires are just shredded now. Oh my lord. Are you happy with your choices, Noir? Wow, she is really taking the Gran Turismo 1 approach. Just slide it through every turn. Schwartz around the outside of Isabel. Isabel's going to send it on Harris. They don't go 3 wide, but Maya O'Brien did not get the exit off of that turn. No rear grip with those slightly worn tires. So that's going to block Isabel from continuing to fight Schwartz. He'll move up 2 places on the corner exit. This is chaos behind them. Oh, Francesca missed the braking point into the back of the Murcielago, into the back of the GT. And Maya O'Brien also hits the 29 just for insult to injury? I don't know. In goes, yeah, Noir, and we're going to see a lot of other cars in behind her because of that kerfuffle at the hairpin right there. Hansen, Noir, yeah. Well, Noir's not related to that hairpin, but that's like 3 big drivers who just got knocked all the way out of their strategies by that. And Francesca was the cause. O'Brien kind of did it to herself, and then Brian Ice is a big loss. I mean, it's a great moment for everybody else not on his team, but for Brian Ice, who I think had a potential to win the race. Now it's just down to Dom DePrisco and Mika Harris to fly the flag for Pacific Spirit, and the latter is under big threat from the 42 car. I almost combined Porsche and 42 to end up with Porsche, and no, that is not correct. Dom DePrisco might be warming the seat for her, but Wanda Glass is looking to take that back if she doesn't stop sliding the tires at that hairpin. Well, not if she doesn't, I should say. Nothing doing at the front, but Schwartz has a big run on Harris out of the final turn. Lighter car later on the brakes. Bob's Runkle. And it looks like he's about to have to pass Reiko Mishima a second time as the latter has just left the pit. A full tank of fuel, a long way to go, and a long time to get there. She's going to have to make that tank go 9 laps. She did 8 on her first stint though, so she's going to have to be really conservative. And she might as well pretend there's nobody else on this track. Because the more that she worries about anybody else not named Reiko Mishima, the worse off she's going to be. Mika Harris, meanwhile, is not intent on waiting. She's trying to make a pass wherever she can. Probably because she's got Riza Stout right there in her mirrors. Other than her understeer moment, Riza Stout has become a quiet threat in this race. She's slowly creeping her way up the field, roughly on the same strategy as Schwartz is. Her and Harris will both get ahead of Reiko Mishima there. And again, I don't think she cares. Reiko's battle is between her and that fuel tank. I'm guessing Dedrick Schwartz is pushing now. He pit. No shit. He put new tires on his first stop. Oh my god, yeah, he's pushing that thing. He just took that flat. That's a lift usually in this lap. Totally missed Riza also going for another move. Sends it on Mika Harris. Gets the nose there. Harris has to allow space. And Riza takes it and runs. Ambush tactics from the AMT driver. Good camera. Nice trees. What the hell? Yeah, Schwartz is pushing the issue now because he knows he's got the best tires on the track right now. Because he put new ones on 4 laps ago. So he has the freshest ones. He needs to make use of them now. That is his end game. That is how he's going to get up to Juan de Glass and Dom DeFrisco. Oh, also into turn 1. A little less ambushy, a little more, I stuck my nose there at the braking point. And then I'm just going to out-accelerate an all-wheel drive car on exit. Oh! He gets air at turn 2, but she keeps it gathered up. And that is a pivotal overtake. We skip ahead to the start of the next lap. Not much going on. Mika Harris under threat from fellow Russian driver Koroleva. Down the inside, that's not going to get you anywhere. There's not Enzo Ferrari-shaped space there to put yourself into. Mishima, meanwhile, that's awkward. I don't think she's saving enough. It doesn't look like it. The thing with the Porsche, especially because it's like one of the car classes, or car manufacturers for that matter, I'm the least familiar with. With a lot of cars, I can usually tell from like just its body language and the way that it's reacting to how it's being handled. I can usually tell if the driver is pushing it or not. I can't tell with Porsches because a really dialed in Porsche looks like it's being driven aggressively all the time. And the only difference between the two is if they're losing control or not. Most of the field's going in here. Koroleva will stay out. She will inherit the lead for now, but not for too long because her fuel tank isn't high. Mishima, meanwhile, that tank is basically exactly at half. No, that's bad. She's got to do a lot of work from here, and she has not started how she needs to go on if she's hoping to make it to the end on that tank. DeFrisco remains the leader. The right side tires are not looking healthy though, but they should be fine. Hi Dedrick, pushing a little, are we? They both re-jumped Glass in the pits who chose to take new tires again. You better have a plan. Her front-running strategy has changed to late surging mid-race, basically. She wanted to dictate the pace, battle for basically the net race lead unless Mishima pulls a miracle off. Schwartz tried around the outside, but that Huracan's got more power than a 911. So Dom will take off. But Glass tried the front running, maintain the pace, dictate how the race goes. That didn't work. She doesn't have the tire wear for that. She's not properly in control. So now her new strategy is, okay, I'm driving the Viper. This car has no control. Embrace the lack of control. And just ha-ye the bitch, as Logan might say. Wayne Hansen out of fuel. Off strategy after his lap 1 kerfuffle. Or lap 2, excuse me. Isabel! Those tires are dead. Harris is not a whole lot better. Huge overspeed for Schwartz. Missed this going over the stripe. And that should be easily outbraking the Huracan in the lighter vehicle. He's making a lot of money off of that final corner. Able to just stick it in there crazy, and he's able to just send it through there because his car is lighter. And he maintains so much more momentum through there that he just makes the easiest passes into turn 1, despite not being built for straight lines. And he's in the net race lead as far as I'm concerned. Koroleva's obviously not going to the end. She's probably pitting on this lap and just trying to push at the very end to get up to the ones who already pit. Mishima has made her bed, and she must now lay in it, whether she gets to the end of the race on that tank or not, but I'm not really hopeful for her. And even if she could, Cedric Schwartz is rapidly approaching her location with much better tires and much more fuel in the tank. And he is very obviously good to the end, as is everybody else behind him who's still at over half a tank, because they pit 2 laps ago. Isabel's clearly not, and Harris's tires might not be good enough. But Wanda, yeah, couldn't dictate the pace. Now she's got to up it. She has to push that Viper. There's no other choice. She has to go now or go home. Schwartz up to the back of Mishima. Mishima is driving conservatively to try and get to the end. I don't think she'll fight him too much. Having said that, they are having to basically do a bit of a walk through the middle sector, and Mishima does hold off the 42 for now. Crossover, overspeed, race lead for Cedric Schwartz. Mishima's reign of it is just over. There's nothing she can do. DePrisco's sort of there in pursuit-ish, but his tires are awful because of how heavy that car is in 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive will help you balance the tire wear between the front and rear tires, but it's going to make them wear quicker. Glass has not really worn hers much since she pitted. She actually has less wear than Schwartz. No, that's because, never mind, I'm dumb. Schwartz pit on lap 7 and put tires on then, but he's taking those to the end. So we have no stops, no tires, 2 stops. No tires, 1 stop, which probably won't work. 2 sets of tires on 2 stops, 1 set of tire on 2 stops. Massive variation in strategy in just a 17-lap race. And Glass is successfully pushing that car. She's up to the back of DePrisco, but she's not getting airtime. Koroleva rejoined the track in 5th. She's not out of the question either. Mishima's probably toast. Dom DePrisco's tires are toast. I don't know. But Schwartz's pace is about to run out on him too. His tires are starting to go. And he doesn't have the straight line speed to defend. If somebody gets a good run out of that hairpin, he's not going to lead the race at the end of the straightaway. Mishima's not a threat to that, even though the slipstream is doing a lot. Is she just saying live and let die? Is she done fuel saving? Is she going to push the car? Look at that fuel tank, though. The lights came on before she's even at the hairpin. Yeah, your strategy has failed, Mishima. It was a valid effort, but nope, not enough fuel in the tank. She's got to cut her losses, and the battle now comes down to Cedric Schwartz, Dom DePrisco, and Wanda Glass for the Deep Forest 44. White flag in the air. Schwartz had best not be complacent. He's not. Look at the way he's attacking the S's here. But Dom is throwing caution to the wind. His tires are shredded. He doesn't care. And why should you care? It's checkers or wreckers. You either bring home a 6-digit paycheck or you bring home a tattered car. Because that we are paying 6 digits for this race. Winner's 125 grand in pocket. Wanda Glass is the one who needs it though. Dom DePrisco's on the richest race team in the country, and the world, basically. Schwartz has factory backing. Wanda Glass has overspeed and a late surging strategy that might work for second. Down the inside of the 88 car, Dom can't fight it. His tires are dead. Doors to 42 out of the way. She must have heard me talking. The late surge is going to close it out. Wanda Glass has one more turn to make. Schwartz is a threat at this final turn, but not enough. Drag race to the start-finish line. Wanda Glass has clinched victory from the jaws of defeat. We might call that an upset. Her strategy seemed off. She had to take tires on both stops, but Fresh Rubber has just taken victory with 2 corners left in 44 miles of racing. Oh boy. Dom DePrisco hangs on to the podium finish with tires that more so resemble donuts than, racing tires. Koroleva 4th, Riza Stout with a quiet 5th place. Mishima will accept P8. Hansen, McIntosh, Francesca defeating Brian Ice up the line. The drag race for 14th that Thrasher will win narrowly. That'd probably been a pass if we were another lap. Especially considering, Thrasher's tires are dead and Isabel's are fresh. Isabel had too much tire wear in this race, and you can tell the difference between the tire wear she had and the tire wear Mika Harris had. Yeah, Mika Harris's tires were dead, but they made it to the finish. Isabel probably had to make a 3rd pit stop for her tires, as well as for the fact that she got damaged from that absolute buffoonery at the hairpin. But it is Wanda Glass, with her name in the books, taking the second round of the what could be referred to as the classic Triple Crown in the Challenge Series. I guess logically speaking, if we do the Grand Valley 80 kilometers later, 75, 60, I don't know what distance yet. We don't even know if we're doing it yet, but if we do it, that would presumably be the 3rd round of it. But for now, Wanda Glass can relish in victory.